Jonah Fisher there in Yangon. Well, we're joined by Laura Haigh, who is Amnesty International's Myanmar researcher. Jonah was saying there that Aung San Suu Kyi will be pleased. Are you pleased? You must be.
I mean, of course we are. We are really welcoming of this release. These students have been in detention for over a year. I think the fact that they've been released today, 1 week into a new government, I think says a lot about this new government's commitment to ending the cycle of political arrest and imprisonment in Myanmar. Unfortunately, there are still people behind bars, and it's now the time to start to turn our attention to them and secure their release.
Of course, but the relief for those students was overwhelming. Let's just have a look at that moment.
Yeah.
So this is them listening to the judge, and it's obvious that after a year in detention, as you were saying, Laura, the relief is palpable, as we'll see in a second. But yes, Laura, you touched upon this, you hope to see more.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, actually, in the last hour, we've heard that some of the student leaders who weren't who weren't released today, have actually been released, which I think is wonderful news. What we need to see, though, now is those who have already been convicted to be released. There are many dozens behind bars still, and I think this is where our attention needs to focus, is to get these people behind bars, and then really to start to dismantle this repressive legal framework that has allowed these individuals to be arrested and detained and put behind bars for so long.
Well, exactly. We've got this new government, and yet at the same time, we've got this, as you call it, this repressive legal framework. How do you dismantle something that's so historic?
Well, I think we have an excellent opportunity in that the NLD has an overwhelming majority in Parliament. So in terms of actually being able to reform the laws, we can start to see progress there. I think the problem is that Myanmar's legal code is a textbook of repression. It has laws that restrict free speech, that curtail people from peacefully protesting. It's going to take time, but I think we've seen already positive moves from the NLD, that this is an issue they want to prioritise, and really what we hope to see is that legal reform process initiated within the coming weeks.
What about the military role, though? What kind of influence will they have?
Well, I think we have to be realistic that with all of our expectations, the military still plays a very powerful role in the country. In addition to their role in Parliament, they actually have oversight of some of the key ministries, particularly the Ministry of Home Affairs, which itself oversees the police. So there is going to have to be some kind of relationship negotiated between the NLD and the military. And I mean, our sincere hope is that there are no spoilers here, but I think it's early days.
And of course, Aung San Suu Kyi's relationship with the military, how crucial is that?
I mean, absolutely, it is crucial. The new government has to build a working relationship with the military. As I say, they retain power over these key ministries. They have a veto over constitutional changes, and they have a significant bloc in Parliament too. In addition, you know, we've seen the military react very strongly to any criticism of the military institution by peaceful activists, and that's, you know, not something that we're it's something we're going to have to keep our eyes on.
Yes, of course, but for the time being, at least those students finally going home. Laura Haigh, Amnesty International's Myanmar researcher, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.